Welcome to A Moment in Time with Thaler. Please check out our website, femyoga.com. This channel is 100% funded by viewers just like you. Thank you guys so much for making this show possible. Yay! First comments of the broadcast coming in from Jerkface for real. Chris, what's up, guys? Anthony, hello, hello, hello. I just sent Coley her $100 that she won on the last broadcast. We're going to give away $100 every day the remaining days of this week. So there's still $400 more coming out. Hey K&M, hey Eric. Thanks for being here, guys. Tonight we're going to read a little bit more from Nudge by Richard H. Thaler and Cass R. Sunstein. I'm going to go about an hour on this, and we're going to discuss too, so feel free to comment as much as you like. Yeah, you were first. Yeah, and you were the first ever sponsor of this channel. Jerkface was the first person to ever send items for me to give away. So he loves trivia, and he sent me a candle, some soaps. I think it was like a variety of soaps, candles, and lotions, body butters, all that he makes himself. So that was really cool. I've met him now twice when I traveled down to Florida. Well, we hung out 3 times. Twice in the Orlando area, once in Miami when I was there last week. Hey, Mark. So many firsts for the face. Yeah, that face. A face only a mother could love. The mask, not his actual face. Alright, so we were talking about this a little bit last night. The reason I did it the way I did today, where I did just like the giveaway first, is because I want to actually read this book. And when people are constantly coming into the broadcast saying like, how do I win? How do I win? How do I win? How do I win? I'm like, can we just read the book? Can we just actually have content where we're not just repeating ourselves a million times in an hour? Hey, Widgick. Your mother can't love that face either. Do you get the face from your dad? Hi, Joel. You were the first comment on YouTube. How are you today? How are you? We did get an anonymous sponsorship yesterday, and I still don't know who that was. You used Streamlabs to support the channel for $5 right at midnight, which was perfect because it was still in for match day. But let me know what your username is, and I'll make you a moderator. And yeah, I guess I could email you. I probably have your email. Ed, why are you back? Get out of here. Go to bed. Or don't. That's fine too. Quite stressful. Yeah, it could be a little bit. Lots of energy. You know, if you look at, we have 20 people in the room on Periscope now. We had 200 people in the room when we were doing the giveaway. So it gets really hard to actually read when we're doing the giveaways. So let's do it. So now he's talking about, we talked a little bit about the 2 different systems of the brain. So system 1, which is like your instinctive, some people call it like your reptile brain. We read a book not too long ago called The Chimp Paradox, and they call that your chimp, your internal chimp that's more emotional and reactive and, you know, kind of the survival instinct, protective reactions. I'm going to leave this up for 5 seconds if you guys want to grab a screenshot of this book. I didn't love this book as I read it, but honestly, it's grown on me the more since I've read it. I've referenced back to it a lot. I talk about it a lot, so I think it's a decent book, actually. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it easy, Ed. Uh-oh. What's he doing? Hi, Miko. Miko, have you been working? Miko! You're a super fan? Miko! Yeah, go away. Oh my god, this is hilarious. You're going to sleep. All right, good night. I'm sorry I'm not whispering, but I'll be whispering later if you can't sleep. Miko, I have to make you a moderator. I'm going to make you a moderator right now. Let's do it in an incognito window. If I log in on an incognito window, will it affect my egg drop? Who knows? Let's find out. Log in. Femyoga Thaler. Password is password. Are you saying no thanks? You don't want to be a moderator? That's just what happens when people become super fans. You don't have to use it, but it's part of the program here, so it's happening. Miko P1 is now a moderator. An egg drop. Boom. Miko from Finland. Love it. And we had another new super fan yesterday, CG. CG Trust number 1. Oh no, CG Trust no one, not number 1. She became a moderator yesterday, and she became a super fan yesterday. I haven't seen her yet, but yeah, CG, if you're watching this on the replay, you're a moderator now on Egg Drop. Joel, the contest is over. Yep, I gave away $100 on the last broadcast to Coley Q. She was our winner. I sent the $100 right before I started this broadcast, so it should be in her bank account any minute now. All right, I'm too close. Too close, can't read my book. All right, now hopefully I'm not too far to read the comments. Nudge by Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein. We talked about System 1, and then System 2 is your reasoning, your logic, your deductive skills. What did he call it? Actually, I liked the nicknames that he used for these systems. Oh yeah, your automatic system. In Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, they call it System 1 and System 2. So you'll hear me use that verbiage kind of interchangeably. This book is pretty thick. It's a really thick kind of academic book written for psychology students. But if you'd like to take a screenshot, I'll hold it up for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and Eric Fubar, I did see that you created that group chat, but I didn't actually go into it yet, because I just knew if I didn't start broadcasting soon, I'd be broadcasting all night. So thank you, Anthony, for screenshotting. Oh, and Oculist and Magic Shadow Show. You guys like psychology, I see. Nice. So the automatic system, System 1, and then the reflective system, which he says is more deliberate and self-conscious. So I like that. I like that term. Well, thanks for liking this on Twitter, Brittany. Brit Butterfly. Cool, Eric. Thank you. I'll get to it. I'll get to everything. I can do it all. It's just I can only do one thing at a time, I guess. Unfortunately, I'm still working on that clone business. Always on the lookout for a good book. It's a really thick, dense, full of information book. It's a good one. It's just like it's a lot. It's a heavy book. I have to read it more than once to get to kind of grasp it all. So now he's talking about rules of thumb. So that's there's a book called, actually they talk about it in that book, Thinking Fast and Slow, and there's another book called Gut Feelings by Gerd Gigerenzer. I'm not a big fan of that one myself, but he does talk about heuristics, rules of thumb. It's kind of like when you are going to catch a ball, okay? So say someone's throwing you a baseball or whatever. Then when you go to catch it, well, you have to figure out where to stand. You have to try to get to where the ball is going to land so you can catch it right. What you do there is you use heuristics. You use, like, instincts. You do a lot of kind of math. Like, you're not sitting there consciously doing math in your head, like, okay, so the wind speed is this in this direction, and the curvature, the weight of the ball is this, and the, you know, taking gravity into consideration, and then the angle of the throw, and at the point of which it was released. I mean, you don't have time to think about all that before you go catch the ball. So our brain actually is pretty impressive how it can figure out roughly where the ball is going to land, just almost like instinctively. So that book, Gut Feelings, was a little bit interesting for that, but it wasn't super practical. Like, there's not really any way to develop those skills any further other than just basic practice, which is how you develop any skill. So I felt like that book was a little bit of a waste of time to read, but it's interesting. Scrublet said, what about the book The Plan? What are your thoughts on it? I don't think I know of that book. Who's the author? Abstracts Workarounds. What does that mean, Oculist? Abstract Workarounds? Is that like a heuristic? Is that what that means? Hello, Doctor. You were the first comments on Twitch. All right. So this is actually under the category of rules of thumb. So let me just read the first and last paragraph of the intro, and then we'll read the little subcategories under rules of thumb. Most of us are busy. Our lives are complicated, and we can't spend all our time thinking and analyzing everything. Hi, Stacey. More recently, psychologists have come to understand that these heuristics, the word that I was just using, and biases emerge from the interplay between the automatic system and the reflective system. Let's see how. I don't know that this is going to be super practical, again, super useful information for us to apply to our lives and help us to reach our goals, which is what this channel and business is all about. So I'm going to kind of like... Oh, it's talking about Chicago, though. Let's read a little bit, because I am going to Chicago in a couple weeks. Hey, Randall. Thanks for being here. Stacy, thank you for the super hearts. Yes! Stacy is filling up some Yodas in the jar. First super hearts of the broadcast. Love you. Thank you so much. Suppose we're asked to guess the population of Milwaukee, a city about 2 hours north of Chicago, where we live. Chicago. I'm going to Chicago the weekend of April 20th. If you're in that area, feel free to come hang out. We're going to be with a ton of different broadcasters. I mean, not a ton of broadcasters. It's like me, Steph Thaler, and Jason Stolkin. Hindsight might be there. I know like Alexis Scott, Phil is going. Carl is a Chicago broadcaster. He's going to be there. 17. You think the population is 17? Turquoise. So yeah, come hang out. Come meet up. I'm sure I'm missing tons of... Yeah, Wolf Puppy, of course. Wolf Puppy. She's going. She is going. And Wolf Puppy... Did she announce it publicly? I think she announced it publicly, right? Before I give away Wolf Puppy's announcements, let me just make sure she already announced it. What a fun get-together. Stacey, it's gonna be awesome. Oh, look! Look who's live right now. Steph Thaler is live right now. Quick announcement regarding the Chicago meetup. Boom. I'll have to watch the replay on that. Liam, please don't call me sexy. I'm happily married and I don't want you to hit on me. Okay. So, Wolf Puppy's live right now? No, that's not Wolf Puppy. That's Alicia. Where's Wolf Puppy at? I thought she went live. Alexa? Did she announce it, you guys? Does anyone know? Wolf Puppy followers? Dan! Are you watching this, Dan? She announced Saturday 4/21. Wait, Steph Thaler, she's awesome also. She is. So, yes, she did announce it 4 hours ago. Wolf Puppy did a broadcast announcing that she is now officially a super broadcaster. A super broadcaster. Yes, Stacey. Okay, thank you. Okay, why am I texting? But I'm live. Okay, stop texting Dan. All right, moving on. She talked about it on Steph Thaler's Scope once. Okay, cool. Perfect. Yeah. Yes. Dan, I completely agree. I don't know if you're watching this, if you're hearing me or not, but I completely 100% agree with everything you're texting me about right now. All right. So you're trying to guess the population. Neither of us know much about Milwaukee, but we think that it's the biggest city in Wisconsin. How should we go about guessing? Dan, did you hear me? I agree with you 100%. I didn't say what it is, but yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. She reached 5 million super hearts today. So she became a super broadcaster and then she hit 5 million super hearts. So that means she's going to get like $3,300 when she cashes out. Actually, she won't get the money that she got in April on May 1st, but she'll get the money that she got up until April 1st on May 1st. So that's pretty awesome. I love that. Congratulations, Wolf Puppy. Can't wait to hang out with you in Chicago and everybody else. I'm so excited. All right. We're guessing the population of Milwaukee. Well, one thing we could do is start off with something we do know, which is the population of Chicago, roughly 3 million. So we might think Milwaukee is a major city, but clearly not as big as Chicago. So, maybe it's 1/3 the size, say 1 million. Now consider someone from Green Bay, Wisconsin, who's asked the same question. She also doesn't know the answer. Is Texas the largest state? I don't know. How big is Alaska? Dan? I guess there's power in numbers, and I certainly won't be unprotected myself, as I never am. I don't know about never, but I work really hard to keep myself safe. Hey, Chris. I want to go to meet Chris out in the Seattle area in August. I want to meet him. Steve Campbell. Alaska is? Thank you, Chris. Alaska is the biggest state. See? Hey, Asif. Asif's going to be in Chicago. He actually lives in that area. And Steph Thaler lives in Seattle, and Wolf Puppy's out there, so we're going to meet all of them. Warning, warning, warning. What? Is that radioactive nuclear waste signs? Am I touching myself? I'm rubbing my leg. Technically, I'm touching myself, but not in the way that you probably think. Guys, I rub myself for self-soothing. Leave me alone. Hi, Chucky. How are you? Are you touching yourself? Come on. I can't even rub my own leg in my own house without feeling like I'm doing something perverted. Hey, B-Brax. How are you? Asif lives in Wisconsin. Oh, can you tell us what the population is of Milwaukee? Miko's my super fan now. How quickly this went south. She doesn't know the answer, but she does know that Green Bay has about 100,000 people and knows that Milwaukee is larger, so guesses say 3 times larger, 300,000. I'm soothing my uterus. Actually, my uterus feels good today. Thank you, B-Brax, for the super hearts. Actually, Vegan Dough, I forgot to tell her, maybe she'll watch the replay. My uterus feels pretty good today. Thanks for asking. We're making plans for August already. Gonna be fun. Yes! 600,000? Oh, 600,000 is the population. All right, let's see if Asif is right, according to the book. This process is called anchoring and adjustment. You start with some anchor, the number you know, and adjust in the direction you think is appropriate. A civil warning. Thank you for the super hearts, V-Brax! They're chocolatey, too. Wait, why don't I have a heart race up? What are we doing here? What are we doing? There we go. Thanks for the hearts, too. Regular hearts, super hearts, love it. I love it all. You guys make this show possible. So far, so good. The bias occurs when the adjustments are typically insufficient. Experiments repeatedly show that in problems similar to our example, people from Chicago are likely to make a high guess, while those from Green Bay guess low. As it happens, Milwaukee has about 580,000 people. Hi, hello, thanks for being here. Okay. Try this one yourself. All right, let's all do this. Take the last 3 digits of your phone number. I'm just going to use a little calculator because I'm multitasking and I can't do that. Okay, last 3 digits of my phone number. And add 200. Okay? The last 3 numbers of your phone number and add 200 to that. Is the 4-hour work week worth a gander? Absolutely. It's the only one of his books that I think is really, really good. I like Tim Ferriss. There's nothing against him. It's just his other books are such a waste of time. Not all of them. I haven't read all of his books. I don't even know how many books he's written. But this is the best book that he's ever written, as far as I know. The 4-Hour Work Week. So he wrote another book called Tribe of Mentors, and he wrote another book called Tools of Titans. I do not recommend either of those books, but I'm going to leave this up for 5 more seconds if you guys want to screenshot it. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's my favorite Tim Ferriss book. It's really good. It's jam-packed full of resources, like actual websites where you can find virtual assistants and how to work with virtual assistants and book recommendations. I think he actually, in this book, I think he, or someone did, recommended this other book, Virtual Freedom, which is about how to hire and manage and work with virtual assistants. Wait, what was yesterday? I hate missing. I have FOMO. I'm having FOMO. Sonam? Hi. FOMO is real right now. All right. Back to the book. All right, so we took the last 3 numbers of our phone number. We add 200. Now, when do you think Attila the Hun sacked Europe? Was it before or after that year? Hi. We'll give you a hint. It was after the birth of Jesus. Even if you don't know much about European history, you do know enough to know that whenever Attila did whatever he did, the date has nothing to do with your phone number. Still, when we conduct this experiment with our students, we get answers that are more than 300 years later from students who start with high anchors rather than low ones. Okay, so let's just randomly guess. I'm going to say, I have no idea. Let's just say Attila the Hun. What was even the question? I don't even know anything about Attila the Hun. He sacked Europe. He must have sacked Europe in the year 1200. The year 1200. Okay, that's my guess, 1200. Hi, Ryan. How are you? The right answer... Oh, does anyone else want to guess? When Attila the Hun sacked Europe without looking it up, because that's just lame. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to guess. 900 is your guess. All right, so Guitar Raul's going a little lower than I went. I said 1200, he said 900. What do we think? Let's find out. 1154, 1100. China and Russia are united and will be using gold for currency. This is the time to buy gold. Lakeem, I agree. Yeah, but yeah, I did look at your proposition on Twitter, and I'm not interested in working with your company, but Thank you for reaching out, and I do agree that it's always the time to buy gold. Not always, but right now I would agree with that for sure. So, the right answer is 411. 411. And that's it. They didn't even, that was it. There's like nothing interesting about that, really. Gold is real money, so put some aside. You got it. You got it. Thank you, Anthony. In the language of this book, anchors serve as nudges. We can influence the figure you will choose in a particular situation by ever so subtly suggesting a starting point for your thought process. When charities ask you for a donation, they typically offer you a range of options, such as $100, $250, $1,000, $5,000, or other. If the charity's fundraisers have an idea of what they are doing, Anthony, we were all way off. Sometime in the 14th century, right, Glory? Yeah, we were all. It was in the first century. It was in the first half of the first century. If the charity's fundraisers have an idea of what they're doing, these values are not picked at random because the options influence the amount of money people decide to donate. People will give more if the options are 100, 250, 1,000, and 5,000 than if the options are 50, 75, 100, and 150. In many domains, the evidence shows that within reason, the more you ask for, the more you tend to get. Lawyers who sue cigarette companies often win astronomical amounts, in part because they've successfully induced juries to anchor on multi-million-dollar figures. Clever negotiators often get amazing deals for their clients by producing an opening offer that makes their adversary thrilled to pay half of that very high amount. And then availability bias. We don't really have to spend a lot of time on this. It's very, very obvious. Availability bias basically just means that you're more likely to do something or use something or eat something the more available it is to you. And the less available something is, the less likely you're able to do it. So this is a good example of this is like exercise equipment. This book is called Nudge. It's in the title there on Twitch, I think. Sunstein and Thaler. So did I hold this one up so you guys could screenshot it? I don't remember, so I'm just going to hold it up in case you want a screenshot. So exercise equipment. So say you have a treadmill or an elliptical, okay? Or weights, whatever it is that you exercise with. Your yoga mat. Let's say yoga mat because this is fem yoga, right? So your yoga mat, if your yoga mat is downstairs in the basement, you're like 100 times less likely to use it than if you have it right there next to your couch or just somewhere where you spend a lot of time. So maybe in your office or something. The more available it is, the more likely you're actually going to use it. And that's also what a lot of people, hey Brian, thanks for being here. Brian's one of our most recent sponsors. Brian, you're a moderator now too, just so you know, at the Eggbot. Junk food. So when you work somewhere, when you're employed and you go work somewhere, has anyone ever had this problem where the people you work with, like you're trying to eat healthy, you're trying to have a good healthy lifestyle, and then your boss brings in donuts, like a dozen donuts, or, it was a small business I worked for, or someone brings in a bag of candy and like fills up a little bowl and puts it like right in the center of the office. And every single time you walk past those donuts, or you walk past that candy, or you walk past the birthday cake because someone had a birthday in the office or something, it's so hard not to take it. It is so hard not to be like, boop, grab a candy every time you walk by, or every few times. Oh, well, I resisted the candy 5 times. Now I'm going to take it on the 6th time I walk by. So that availability makes it really, really hard to make the right choice when you have really easy availability to something that you shouldn't have. So people who are addicts, people who are, let's say, alcoholics, it's really difficult for them when they're, especially in that first year of recovery from their addiction, to, Anthony, it's difficult for them to even be around alcohol. I mean, I do, a few times a year, I do a 30-day alcohol-free challenge. So for 30 days, I don't drink any alcohol. And my views on my social media do suffer, if you're wondering, which is interesting to me. But I do a 30-day alcohol-free challenge. And just in those little challenges, I am amazed at how pervasive alcohol is in our community, in our society. like, there's advertisements everywhere, beautiful girls drinking a glass of wine or there's beer commercials everywhere, and ads and billboards and the side of a bus and the taxis, and it's like everywhere you go there's alcohol. And just imagine how hard it is to be an alcoholic in a society like that. Whereas if you're an alcoholic and you live in a Muslim society where alcohol is pretty much illegal in most Muslim cultures, at least for Muslims, it's probably a lot easier to not be, to quit alcohol because it's just not as readily available. So that's what availability bias is. Tom hasn't drank for over 17 years. Wow. Yeah, is she doing she's doing a cleansing for 30 days right now? I think she's on day 7 or 8. A cleanse? I know she's doing the juicing, so is she only drinking juice for 30 days? She's going to do that during Chicago? Hi, Jerry. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Love it. All right, so that's what the availability bias is. It can be positive, it can be negative. All right, then third of the original 3 heuristics bears an unwieldy name. Representativeness. Only juice for 30 days? Okay, cool. I mean, I don't do that. I don't recommend that either, but I don't have any reason to think that it's not good for you. I've just never done that, and I've known people who have done it and not had great results. As a Muslim, I can say it is not entirely true. What's not entirely true? You can't argue with me that the alcohol culture is more prevalent in a Muslim country than it is in America. You could try, but you're going to have to present some data. You need the pulp? What were you just talking about? Oh, the juice. That was my first ever timestamp that I used, was her juicing, though. I thought that was really cool. She, like, shoved it in, the juice flew out. I was like, timestamp? So, yeah. Oh, I did a fast. That's what I was going to say. I did a fast one time. It was a vegetable and fruit fast, where I only ate vegetables and fruits and drank water it was supposed to be 30 days. I lasted, I think, 7 days, maybe not even. Honestly, it might have been like 3 or 4 days. It's been so long now, I don't even know. I made a mistake. I wasn't educated enough before doing that. So what I did is I ate way too much fruit and not enough vegetables. So I was mainly just like eating a bunch of fruit, which is basically sugar, and then drinking water. And I had no protein or fat or nutrients, vitamins in my diet. Not none, but minimal. So after just a few days, I think it might not have even been 7 days. Honestly, Jerry, I might have exaggerated. I think it might have been like 3 days. I was in the bathroom at my office where I used to work, getting sick, physically getting ill. I assume just from that, it wasn't good for my body. It didn't agree with my body. I'm very small also. I only weigh about 85, 90 pounds. So my body's very sensitive to dietary changes like that, and anything really extreme can be really, I just don't handle it well. So not everybody's the same. Every body is different. But my old yoga teacher did, what was it? It was like 108 days. That's what it was, 108, because 108 is a spiritually significant number in the Hindu culture. So, and that's where Sonam 108 gets hers from, because she's Hindu. But 108 is like the number. Sometimes we'll do like 108 sun salutations on the equinoxes and solstices in yoga. It's a symbolic, powerful, holy number in Hinduism. So my old yoga teacher did a 108-day juice cleanse. Everybody, yeah, it's good fun. She did a 108-day juice cleanse. I don't know if she got through it or not, but I know that the results she was looking to get from that juice cleanse, she didn't get. And the entire time she was doing it, I was very skeptical that was a good idea either. Everyone's got different immune systems. It all depends on the person. I mean, within some level, most people are going to react similarly to toxins and, fasting. I guess everyone will probably react differently to fasting. I would guess it has more to do with body mass. Like, if you're really overweight, you could probably go quite a while without eating, and your body could survive on its own fat stores, which you wouldn't feel good. But someone like me, I could probably die from starvation a lot faster than someone who weighs 350 pounds or so. I once went 5 days without eating and I wasn't hungry after day 5. Interesting, Jerry. Yeah, I've done fasting before, but only for 24 hours. Dan says the concept of cleanse is faulty. Your organs cleanse your blood all day, every day. That's what I thought too. So I've done 24-hour fasts, which I found were fine. I didn't have any issue with that, where I didn't eat anything. I just drank water. But that was also when I was religious, and I only did it because it was encouraged in the Christian religion. I didn't particularly notice any health changes. And I'm not a doctor, so I might be way off on some of the stuff I'm saying here. People on Survivor do good for a couple of days, yeah. Fasting can tame ego. And why do you think your ego needs to be tamed? What does that mean, taming the ego? You can tell me something about 108? All right, Miss Mocha, are you a girl? There's girls on Twitch. That makes me so happy. The only problem with fasting is for you, Taylor, you have very little fat, so your body... Yeah, exactly, Jerry. But Steph, too. I mean, Steph's really thin. Thank you, Burn One. Found my Twitch? Thank you, Jerry! Hey! Hi! Okay. Nudge. Representativeness. Think of it as the similarity heuristic. The idea is that when asked to judge how likely it is that A belongs to category B, people, and especially their automatic systems, answer by asking themselves how similar A is to their image or stereotype of B. That is, how representative is A of B. Really, Yvonne? Ivaniv? Do you broadcast? Mojo? You don't do any broadcasts? Interesting. Rhabdomyolysis? What is that, Tom? Is that muscle wasting? No, that's atrophy, right? Colombia has the best vitamins. All right, Burn One, let's go. Let's go to Colombia. I'm sick of the freaking... Do you know it's going to snow here on Friday? And I think again on, like, Monday and Tuesday. Let's not talk about it. I'm frustrated. All right. Like the other two heuristics we've discussed, this one is used because it often works. We think a 6'8" African-American is more likely to be a professional basketball player than a 5'6" Jewish guy. Why? All the Jewish hatred in all these books. It's when your muscles begin to break. It's not hatred, but it's just always, like, Jewish people always get used as examples for things. So, Vegas? Because there are lots of tall black basketball players and not many short Jewish ones, at least not these days. Stereotypes are sometimes right. Someone jacked your top 10. I'm sorry, Chad. You know, 2 people jacked it, actually. First, it was yesterday CG was number 10, and then today Miko's number 10. So, it's like the battle of the super fans. I'm loving this. Okay, and then they're just kind of like proving that that's a real thing. Hey, Raul. Oh yeah, now they're talking about misperception of randomness. Like we think that you thought I was familiar with Oriental philosophy. What did you ask me? OMG, I didn't get notification. I'm sorry, DG. I'm here. I'm here. Maybe try unfollowing and refollowing me. Make sure the notifications are on. Where am I from? I'm from upstate New York. I am happily married, so you know, I see you calling me love. I don't know, maybe you're British or maybe you're trying to flirt with me, and please don't flirt with me. But if you're British and you call people love, I'm not judging you. ZXCVBNM197, hello! I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you. Your name is hard to say. Mine's not. Do you want to be called Taylor? Oh, but this is kind of interesting. So when you look at something, well, I don't think this is really a great example. You know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use Paint. Windows Paint. And I'm going to show you what we're talking about here. Now, can I pull this up onto the screen for you guys? Paint, paint, paint. Here. Yes. Okay. So if you show people something like this, is that working? Oh, it's kind of small. Hang on. Let me use a bigger dots. How do I make this big? Oh, here. Boom. Okay. This isn't really done perfectly, but it's pretty good. Pretty good example. Dang, I'm so proud of myself sometimes. All right. So if you show someone 2 images, one is this. There's too many Thalers already, right? You love nudge theory? Oh, thanks, David. Yeah, this should be fun. I'm enjoying reading this. So if you see this image, let's just call this image 1, all right? So I'm going to open up another one, if it will let me. I think it will. Yep, okay. And then, oh, hang on, gotta do the same thing again. Gotta make my size bigger. Do you guys want to watch me do it? Hey, where's the other one? Oh, I grabbed the wrong window. So there's that one. Okay, and then there's this one. So, all right, so we'll call this image 2, all right? So you guys tell me, if I was to show you image, let's start with image 1. Image 1, nope, that's image 2. Image 1, nope. Wait, what am I doing? Why can't I, what? Why isn't it showing it to you guys? Let's try this. I think it's just because I have the other one minimized or something. I don't have it minimized. Maybe I just have to pull it on top. Connect the dots. Kind of, yeah. Why isn't this working? Oh, here we go. All right. So image 1. What? Image 1. So you guys have to vote. Which one do you think is random? Image 1 or image 2? Crap. I can't pull up image. I can't switch images easily. So this is image 1 and this is image 2. Which one do you think is random? Which one is a random pattern? Image 1 or image 2? If I was to tell you that raindrops had like fallen, which one would, and you know, obviously raindrops are random. So Tom says image 2 is the random one. Okay. So this is image 2. And then again. All right, Anthony says 2, DG says 2. Alunalo says both. Technically, yeah. I mean, technically they were both completely random because I was just doing it here, but 2 is more random. Okay, so everybody's kind of having that same raindrops image 1. Yeah, Tom, you're right. I probably should have worded it that way the first time. So there's no, don't worry guys, you're not going to fail if, you know, I'm probably not doing this experiment right anyway. Jerry says image 2. So that's what most people think. When you see something like that, we think that nature only has like chaos and that random. There we go. Raul says technically the probability of arrangements can include pristine lattice structure. Rain seems to be spread out. Yes. Yes, you did pass, Tom. Yes. Both are random? Yeah, both were random. One is an accurate pattern. Kind of, but that the randomness oftentimes does result in a pattern, something that looks not random. And that we tend, whenever we see something where we can see a pattern, we just assume that it's not random. And when we see something that looks like it doesn't have a pattern, we assume that it's completely random. But that could be like a scatter plot or something. I mean, I didn't do a great example of this, but our brains are programmed to see patterns exactly. And that's basically what he's talking about here, is like our ability to sense randomness. We're not very good at it. And that's the moral of the story. Randomness seems to be more natural. Right, Jerry? Yeah. Yep, exactly. All right, next category here. So that was the heuristics, the rules of thumb. We talked about the 3, which were anchoring, availability bias. Yeah, exactly, Rob. Hey, Rob, thanks for coming back. And representativeness. And the next category is optimism and overconfidence. People are unrealistically optimistic. So he's really, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on all of these because this is really the cognitive biases, which I've recommended this book the other day, but I didn't do it on this broadcast, so I'm going to hold it up. Hey, Joey. So Charlie Munger, The Complete Investor. It's a really nice, short, sweet book. It's really, really interesting and useful about investment. And this is the right-hand man to Warren Buffett. So a great, great person to get investment advice from. Very successful investor. But what I like the most about this book is that it has a clear, concise summary of all 25 of the cognitive biases. It's very, very, very concise and summed up, which is like my favorite thing about any book ever. So you can see here, like there's bias 3, there's bias 4, bias 5. It's really short and sweet, whereas this book is really expanding on all of those biases and giving a lot of examples and stories of how proving that it's true and studies they've conducted, and more similar to the Thinking Fast and Slow book by Daniel Kahneman. So, yes, unrealistic optimism can explain a lot of individual risk-taking, especially in the domain of risks to life and health. Lots of that coming up tonight, huh? All right, the next one is gains and losses. People hate losses, and their automatic system gets pretty emotional about that. Roughly speaking, losing something makes you twice as miserable as gaining the same thing makes you happy. It's actually 3 times more powerful. There's a really great book called Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson, and she talks about the positivity ratio, which is 3 to 1. And that tells us that our brains process positivity at 1/3 of the level that they process negativity. So negativity is 3 times as powerful as positivity, which means in order to be on a positive upward movement in your life, you have to consciously increase the positivity in your life to at least a 3 to 1 ratio for all the negativity that you have. So he said it's twice as much. This book argues that it's actually 3 times as much. Oh, come back. I'm dropping books. No! We need more books so they don't slide around. Yeah. I read a lot of books. I read a new book every week. You can sign up for my newsletter at my website, femyoga.com. It's totally free, and I only send 3 a year. If one were happy all the time, we'd have nothing to compare it to. It's a balance. Yeah, that's not an option. You can't be happy all the time. Negative stuff is going to happen whether you like it or not. Like you're going to stub your toe, or you're going to get a cavity, or someone's going to die, or you're going to get sick, or whatever. I mean, negativity is going to happen. You can't. Being happy all the time isn't even an option. Being negative all the time could potentially be an option, though, because it's so much easier. How does he determine it's a factor of 3 and say not 2? It's a she, Barbara Fredrickson, and it's all in the book. I haven't actually read that book through in a while, but it's a positive psychology book, and they talk about different psychological experiments and how that 3 to 1 ratio is what they found actually causes people to be almost like immune to negativity as much as you can be. More resilient, they bounce back a lot faster. They don't get taken down as far when they get taken down. Blow a tire. I have a super negative ex that bugs me. Blocker. Not sure if you saw my last comment. I'll be right back. Have to leave for a few. Okay, that's fine, Anthony. I'll be here another 15 minutes or so. In more technical language, people are loss averse. That makes sense. How do we know this? Oh, we know. All right, as we will see, loss aversion operates as a kind of cognitive nudge, pressing us not to make changes, even when changes are very much in our interest. Used to speed read 15 books a month and you got floaters? Oh my gosh, DG, woo. Crude optimism will work? Will work for what? Crude optimism? No, positivity. There's 10 different forms of positivity. I don't have them all memorized, and I'm not talking about that book right now, but I'll try to just say as many as I can think of. Joy, love, peace, hope, amusement, inspiration, joy. Did I say joy already? Pride, interest. There's 2 others. So those are the 10 forms of positivity. Yeah, Jerry, get that book. I love that book. Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson. It's one of my favorite books I've ever read, and that's one of the books that actually saved my life. Well, Puppy, we were just talking about you. We were talking about seeing you in Chicago. We were talking about you being a super broadcaster. I think someone else was saying something about you, and I don't remember what it was, but, that you hit 5 million super hearts? Yes? There was something else, too, though. don't remember. Sorry, I meant not letting gain. Oh, no, someone was just saying that you were saying you were going to Chicago. That was it. Does that finance book touch on the disposition effect of investors cutting their gains and letting gains ride in the hopes of turning them around? Sorry, I meant not letting gains ride. As in, investors try to capture gains before allowing them to become more and hold on to their losses in the hopes they'll turn around. Yes, yes, BJJ, exactly. You do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? That's really cool. Do you broadcast it? What would be an example of replacing 3 positive factors for every 1 negative factor? You would just have 3 of those positive experiences. So amusement, go watch a comedy show on your Netflix or go to a stand-up comedy special. Personally, I love comedy and humor, so that's like my favorite thing. And 2 million regular hearts, great day. It was a great day, wasn't it? It's been a great week. And this weekend's going to be great too. I can't wait till you guys see what the surprise is. And then we're going to be in Chicago in like 2 weeks. I mean, it just can't get any better, can it? But people love easier things. Yes, yes. So BJ&J, I want to say that. So about, you sell too quickly and you don't sell fast enough when something's, you need to cut your losses. And that, there's probably, I don't know what the exact biases would be, but it could fall into liking and disliking bias. So when you like something, you're overly optimistic about it. And I think over-optimism bias, I mean, it's all in there. I haven't read that one in a while either, but it's all in that book, The Complete Investor. I think you'll like it. I highly recommend it. Have I ever trained BJJ? I have, actually, a little bit. So I went to a jiu-jitsu place and was learning. They had specifically women's self-defense classes, so it was only women. And my husband doesn't love the idea of me doing jiu-jitsu with men, and I can understand why. If you guys have ever seen jiu-jitsu, it's full contact, like legs fully wrapped around each other, rolling around on the floor, like very, very physical kind of interaction. So, it was a tough sell. But then I found the women's class, so I went to just the women's class, but it wasn't actually like jiu-jitsu. It wasn't where you actually have belts and you move up. It was plain clothes, no gi, just basic like self-defense moves. I did that for I don't know, like 2 months or something like that. And then after that, I did start going to a beginner's jiu-jitsu class that they had because my schedule didn't work with the women's class anymore. I ended up having to teach a yoga class that night. So I did like a few classes of the normal jiu-jitsu, but I never got past white belt because I'm not interested in learning the technical skills of jiu-jitsu. I'm much more interested in learning self-defense. So I'm still looking for a new self-defense class to sign up for, though. That's why I'm wondering if you broadcast, because I'm like, oh, maybe I could learn from you. I need someone to practice on, though. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? Not as long as you thought you'd be. Yay! Yeah, it was Anthony that was telling us about you, Wolf. Teach you? Oh, teach you. I'm bringing on a split screen guest to do some self-defense teachings on the channel. We've been trying to get him on the channel for months, like 6 months or maybe even more, but he's been under the weather for a long time, so he's still recovering. Hey, Snarly, but he did tell me to tell him my availability for next week, so I'm trying to bring him on like next Friday, I think, but I don't know if he's coming then or not. I'm good, Charlotte. How are you? Aw, thank you, NWD. Appreciate that. Hey, Alex in the house, you guys. Official MP Radio, Manhattan Project Radio. He is a DJ here on Periscope. Really talented and really good with tech. He's got a good brain on him. Let's just get a pistol permit. I'm not saying anything. I don't want anyone to know about what I have or don't have. I don't want my assailant, my potential attackers, to have any information that could be used against me, so... Jerry said, your life sounds so much more interesting than mine. I'm doing something wrong. Well, Jerry, I have been live broadcasting for over a year, so I have learned how to make things seem a little more interesting than they probably actually are. At least I try. I'm not great at it. I'm much more of a thinker than an entertainer, but we're getting there. I have a decent amount of energy, so it helps. Thank you, Charlotte. I love you too. There's no personal space, yeah. Any training that gets you into the mindset certainly helps. It's certainly a long-term commitment, 10 years to reach black belt. Yeah, and I'm not really interested in being like a professional jiu-jitsu trainer at all, or athlete at all. I just want to be able to defend I'm very small. I'm less than 90 pounds. So I may or may not give an attacker lead poisoning. So I would just want to be able to defend myself if someone was to attack me. I've never been attacked, and I try to put out only positivity and love, energy, and light to the world so that nobody wants to attack me. But I'm still very aware of my surroundings, and I try not to put myself in situations where an attacker might be lurking in the shadows. You'd love to learn the jujitsu! I'm confused by your Insta Ayn Rand to Robert Reich. I like that you're open-minded. Oh yeah, Robert Reich was a request from one of my sponsors, Jerkface for Real. Actually, he was the first comment to this broadcast. He asked me to read that Robert Reich Saving Capitalism book, which totally sucked. I'm not that open-minded. I'm open-minded, but I thought that book sucked, and I totally agree. I'm more in the camp with Ayn Rand, but I'm an anarchist, not a libertarian. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So the person I'm probably closest to being in their camp, and he still triggers the crap out of me, and men are just not great at being politically correct and, like, you know, catering to people's feelings and all that, which I think I'm a lot better at. So, but Stefan Molyneux, Free Domain Radio, he's actually the person I kind of model my business around, which is volunteerism. So all the content that you see here is obviously free. You're all watching on a free app. I don't have to pay anything to be here, but I'm not independently wealthy. I come from a single mom background, so I'm self-made. That's how I get my money. So if you find value in the content, you want the channel to keep going and growing, then you can send money if you want. And that's kind of how Stefan runs his channel too. Oh, thanks, Dr. Hero. I'm reading your comments backwards, sorry. Yeah, I think I missed some comments. Hey, Ty, how are you? Ty? Wait, is that Kylo? Wait, we have someone in Twitch right now named Ty Lauren, which looks a lot like Kylo Ren. It was one letter difference. So this book, Nudge, what do you like about it? I've never read this book, and we're only on page 34. So, so far, you know what I like about this book so far, because I'm not even into it yet, and I can't really say, is that the author, Richard Thaler, told me that I could share this with you guys, and I do this all the time. I read a new book every week, and I am constantly emailing and reaching out for permission to share the information and share excerpts with you guys here live. I've never gotten a response from anyone ever, and I've been doing this over a year. He is the first author to ever respond, and he responded instantly. I asked him if I could share from the book. He wrote back within a few minutes, emailed me right back and said, sure, free speech. I was like, hell yeah! Like, even if I disagree with everything in the book, which I don't think I do, this dude's awesome. Like, we could still, you know, go get a drink together or whatever. Also, too, if I disagree with everything he says, he's obviously very easily accessible, so we might even be able to bring him on the show and do, like, a informal little debate and kind of present the two different sides and get the discussion going. I mean, yeah, we can really have a lot of fun with this. Hell yeah, free speech, yes! What type of anarchist are you? Anarcho-capitalist. I train the self-defense version of BJJ or Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, yeah. I've actually had to use it before in the street, and I'm so thankful that the hours on the mat paid off and it worked like clockwork. Hell yeah. I wish you lived closer to me so you could teach me everything. Ever. Yeah. The only response I've ever gotten is someone telling me that they no longer had the rights to the book and I needed to reach out to this person instead. They're like, you know, Penguin House will be like, sorry, we don't have the rights to this book anymore. You have to reach out to this publisher, or this author, or whoever, and I just always reach out to the next person in line and never get anywhere. You'd love to see me debate? I would totally win. I don't know, he's like a college professor. He's got quite a lot of experience on me. Any author should jump at the chance for another market for exposure. I don't think he's like just an author. I think he makes his money from being a college professor, so I don't think he's like reliant on book sales for his income. But if he's interested in spreading truth and knowledge and having just an interesting intellectual conversation, I think that would be probably more, it might be appeal more to his interests. Are there punishments for sharing books live without permission? The only thing that would really happen, they could potentially be considered. Now, here's the thing. One, as I never read the book like beginning to end, I always skip parts. So that way I'm not creating like an audiobook remake, you know, something that you guys could just take the audio and just now you have the whole book and you could just listen to it and now the author's not going to get paid. So I make sure that I skip parts. I make sure that I show the book and promote the book a lot. When I do my newsletters, that email that I said I send out 3 times a year, I put links to the Amazon link for each book so you guys can go buy the book too. And then I do my due diligence. I try to get permission, but I can't wait a year to read a book because they don't want to respond. The thing is, I'm small potatoes. I don't make a ton of money off doing this. They're not worried about me hurting their book sales. Like, you know, it's not like you guys are watching this, which takes me so many hours to get through a book because I do a lot of this just interaction while we do it. It's not really going to threaten. It's not like you guys were going to buy the book and now you're not because I'm going to spend 8 hours talking about it and you're going to sit there and listen to it rather than just reading it yourself. But what they would do if they did decide they didn't want me to do it, is 2 different options. One, they could charge me. They could say, hey, we charge, you know, whatever amount, $20, $50, $100, I have no idea, to, you know, share certain excerpts, or maybe it's a certain amount per page or per word, or who knows. They could say, if you want to continue to share this content, here's the amount you'll have to pay to have the rights to do that. And then I could either choose to pay that, or I could just take my content down. Worst that happens is a cease and desist. No harm will come from reading excerpts. Yeah. Can you recommend a book? Harry, you can do whatever you want. So the second thing that would happen is that they wouldn't give me the rights and they wouldn't offer me permission to use the book, and they wouldn't give me a bill. They would just ask me to take it down, like they just said, cease and desist. They would just say, hey, take this down. You can't share this. And then I would just take it down. They're evil and send legal notice. If they send a legal notice, I'll just take the content down. They wouldn't. There's so much less incentive for them to sue me and actually take me to court. What are they going to get out of me? I shared one $25 book. I mean, I don't know how much you can really sue me for that. I don't know how much you can get out of me. I'm one person that runs a live streaming channel. Like, I'm not like a mega corporation you're going to sue for billions, but I'm also, because I'm not a mega corporation for billions, I'm also not really risking their income in a real way. So they would probably just say, hey, take that down. And then I would, if they wanted me to. But so far, everyone's been really cool. All right, Jerry, sounds good. Oh, Dr. Hero, I don't have a Discord. What do you guys think about Discord? I know on Twitch it's probably a lot more common for you guys to use the Discord app. Do you guys know what Discord is? It's like a forum, group chat place where you guys can all go and like talk and connect. And with Twitter, right now I have a Twitter group chat that I use, but it gets kind of murky because if someone has someone blocked on Twitter, I can't add them to the group chat. Like if you block someone, they get kicked out of the group, or you get kicked out of the group. It's like really frustrating. And you can only have up to 50 people in a group, in a Twitter group chat. So I know Flash just moved his whole Twitter group chat over to Discord, and I've been hearing more and more about Discord, so I'm just wondering if you guys use it. Nobody wants to go to trial. Spend lots of money for an idiot's victory with a jury. You're good. Yeah, I know, Rob. Thank you. I appreciate the assurances, though. I have done my research on it, though. What's Nudge? Never heard of it? Yeah, that's fine. I'd never heard of it until a couple months ago, either. It's this book. KSK. Please don't look at my body. I mean, you could, like, look, but don't comment about it. Just don't look at it. Just listen. Close your eyes. Listen to the content. Never heard of it until now either. Okay. That's kind of what I think, that it's still, most of my audience doesn't use it, and they're not going to want to put another app on their phone just for the Fem Yoga group chat. So I got to figure something out. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Someone else had recommended WhatsApp. But on WhatsApp, I think everyone gets access to everyone's phone numbers, don't they? Is there a way to, like, have a WhatsApp number that's not your phone number? What does nudge mean? Do you know what nudge? Nudge is like a little push, a gentle push in a certain direction. I'm not an attorney, but court reporter that watches a lot of this kind of stuff. Nice. Look at her like your sister. Who's my sister? Oh, me. Yes, look at me like you look at your sister. And don't tell me I have beautiful boobs because you will get blocked. Twitter equals toxic. You know what? My biggest platform, my most lucrative platform is Periscope, which is Twitter Live. So Twitter is not toxic. Twitter is life for this company. Close your eyes, everyone. It's Periscope Radio now. No, they get your number. Hi, Ivan. I'm Taylor. I'm not looking. My eyes are closed. John. They do get your number. That's kind of what I thought, you know. What we really need to do is just get Twitter to take a maximum limit off of the groups so you can have as many people in a group as you want, and the blocking shouldn't matter. If I block someone who's in the same group chat as me, I just shouldn't see their comments and they shouldn't see mine. Why should they get kicked out of the group? And whoever, oh hey, you're back. Hippie crap. I blocked you in my last broadcast right at the end of the broadcast. It was so special. And this is what I think. So right now, like, I'm going to use Anthony. I'm going to use it as an example. Say me and Anthony are in a group chat together on Twitter, and then I block Anthony. Anthony gets kicked out of the group. I think that's backwards. I think the person who blocks someone should be the person who gets taken out because they're the one who made the decision. So if they want to block that person, they should be taken out of the group. Not that you could just block out anyone that you want. Every minute after is an encore. Did I say 15 minutes? Oh, I am actually. Yeah, we're at an hour and a minute. So what this is actually, hi Wayne. It's a little bit of an encore, but it's also cutting into our ASMR whisper reading a little bit. So I'll have to end this broadcast soon. Hi Vito. Blocking message came before the trolls. I'm quick with it. They need to fix that. Yeah, they do. There's always going to be trolls around. Oh yeah, Eric. I love trolls. Most of them are really cool. And most of them are very flattering. They're like, oh, you're hot, you're sexy, I want to do all this weird stuff to you. It's like, no, you're going to get blocked, but at least it's not like, oh my god, you're so ugly and your voice is so annoying and you're such an idiot and like all that really kind of more hurtful stuff. Thank you, Wayne, for the super hearts. What did I study in school? I actually didn't finish college. I went to college for a semester for business administration, which was a complete waste of time. If you guys are going to don't go to college for business administration. I will shake you. Just go work for a business and you'll learn how to administer the business. I have to be up at 5 a.m. So this is bedtime stories. Yes, I will read you to bed. Actually, I'm going to be whisper reading on my next broadcast, and that'll really, really put you to bed. Good point. Life is good. Wayne, life is good. How have you been doing? I want to get to know you better. You're still like kind of new to me. I just met you on Friday. So I went to school for a little while for business administration. Then I took some online classes to be a vet tech, an animal veterinarian technician. It's like a vet nurse. But it turns out I really don't like blood and veins and bones and poop and pee, getting clawed at, getting puked on. No, not my thing, not my thing. So it turns out I should have just stuck with the business aspect of it. So that's my history. I'm self-taught. All of this. I just read a new book every week, and I know a lot more than most people who went to college for a long time. You actually almost did go to college for business administration. Yeah, exactly. Not necessary, guys. If there's anything you want to know about business, just get a book about it. Or take a course online. I mean, you can take online courses for like $100, $200, usually less. I mean, a college course is not so cheap. And you have to like show up and get attendance. And have I ever bitten? Have I ever bitten? I think that must be autocorrect. I turn up the volume for your whispering but can't hear you. Do you have headphones? Headphones will help because it'll bring my whispers right into your eardrums. Nah, I can't see hurt animals all day. That would be sad. Yeah, but that's more like hurt animals would be most likely like an emergency vet. A typical vet just gets like the normal. You're going to get some calls like that, but they're usually not emergencies. Emergency vets are a place I could never. Wayne, me too. See, Wayne is a fellow entrepreneur. He said he hated school. Me too. I was a straight A student, but I hated it. I hated school so much. Unless it's animation, stay out of art college and save money. Yeah, art is another thing. You can take art classes. You can pay for the classes you want to take and get the textbooks that you want. Like, invest in yourself and your education for sure, but don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. Your life is short. And don't waste your money. Don't waste anything. No wasting, okay? Just be smart. Work smarter and harder. I don't want to end this. Dr. Hero says, okay, please don't take this the wrong way, but you're way too effing smart for what you're doing. What do you think I should be doing, Dr. Hero? And why do you think I'm too smart? And what do you think it is that I'm doing? Hey, Ultraman. Oh, thank you. Autocorrect is my dictionary. Okay. I call it autocorrupt. Thank you for the super hearts. You would probably excel more in managing skills anywho. Yes, I'm a very, very strong manager, actually. I've been a manager at every job I ever had. There's another good book. Do I have the actual book? I don't think I do, but I should get it. I should put it on my wish list. Let me make sure I don't have it. No, it's called Strengths Finder 2.0. Nope, I don't have it. Yeah, Strengths Finder 2.0. I'm going to put this, your cash blaster. Yes! So Wayne saw my cash cannons and he bought his own. I'm a smarty pants. Thanks, John. Yeah, that I got trolled a lot for that when I was growing up, for being like a geek and being smart and being a nerd, and now it pays dividends, right? So let's go over to my Amazon wish list, shall we? Have I read The Boy Crisis? No, must be butter. What's that? All right, Amazon. Am I logged in? I logged in. I think I am. Hey, Mark. Boom. Wait, you guys can still see me, right? All right, I can probably close these paint tabs. Vito, our stream boss in the house. I'm not a nerd? Okay. Wow. Is that what I look like right now? Guys, don't look at me. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Alright, Strengths Finder 2.0. And this actually, finally, the stream boss it was working on the last broadcast, Vito. You were the stream boss on that one. Hello, Slapaho, how are you? Thank you for retweeting, Vito. So, Strengths Finder 2.0. Here, I'm going to show you. Let me make sure you can't see any of my personal info. Nope. Oh, wait, close all windows. Why is it not closing? Don't save. I don't want to save it. Don't save. Whoa! Guys? Are we here? What just happened? Periscope just totally crashed on my phone, but I know we're still live. So if you're on Twitch and YouTube, I can still see your comments. If you're on Periscope, I can't see anything. I have to open up the app on my Android phone because sometimes iPhone just says, you know what, that's enough of that. No more from you. So let me jump in the broadcast. Why does it say preview broadcast like I'm not live anymore? Are we still live on Periscope? Yes, that was really weird. It was allowing me to go live, and I'm like, wait, I'm already live. All right, I can see the comments again. So, and we are still live, I think. There we are, yes. Whoa, I can see this person. That's so amazing. Do you think I successfully blocked him? You guys stand by, because I'm not going to be able to see your comments again. Yeah, no, I already have him blocked. How is he still in here? I didn't know he was still around. I didn't know he still existed. Doesn't really exist, but that's interesting. No one's even talking to him today. That's hilarious. All right. So, where are we now? We're adding this book, and I want to show you guys the book. Here it is. Here it is. No? Nope. I can't report him because it's my broadcast. I can only block, but you guys can all report him. I already reported him to Periscope, but you know how Periscope help team is. He'll make another account and be back. That's fine. He's had 500 accounts. No, it's the same account. Same Twitter. Same username here. It's the same account. He's just unblockable. I hope you have a good night too, Butter. Amazon. Here we go. Boom. There it is, the top one. Strengths Finder 2.0 by Tom Rath. That's the book I'm going to add to my wish list. And if you want to get stuff for me off my wish list, femyoga.com. Click support femyoga. I'm not going to block you, Swagger. Well, unless you deserve it. You wonder who it is in real life? Probably someone we don't know. Which guy? The username is Fluff Eat My. So, go over here. It's lit. Boom! Alright, so... Why does it... Why is it charging for shipping? Where's the free shipping options at? Free shipping, please. There we go. That's perfect. Add, no, not add to cart. Fine, I'll add it to the cart. Go to my cart. Move, like save for later. Move to wish list. Wish list. Boom. My shopping cart is empty. So now let's go to my website and see if that actually worked. femyoga.com, support femyoga. Go to the bottom, click the Amazon wish list. I see the, whoa, why is that on there? What? What is this? No, don't buy me that. What the heck? What am I looking at right now? Where's the list that I can't even take this off the list now. What's happening? Anyone got dibs on that wish list fulfillment? Well, right now it's saying there's nothing on my list besides the 360 camera that I already own. I'm glad nobody bought me another one of those. Yeah, I'm logged into the wrong account. Alright. Copy this link. Delete this. Log out of this account. No, this is the account I should be in. What am I linking to on my website? Oh my god. What are we doing? I guess I probably don't have to do this live. But it's actually pretty important that you guys don't go buy me this 360 camera. So let's edit this page. Link to the correct wish list. So that was the right list. Hi. You be nice, okay? Okay, buddy, I'll be nice too. Let's try this one more time. One more again. Free shipping. Doop. 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 Move to wish list. Wish list. And now go to my wish list. Whatever you do, click on the buy button. This is the Fem Yoga wish list, no? What is this called? No, see, this isn't called the Fem Yoga wish list. Why not? Edit this list. Fem Yoga. I think the other one's linked to my personal account. Can I read you a story? I'm going to after this, I swear. Oh, I'm frustrated with this. That's fine. Why do I have to have two accounts? I don't understand myself sometimes. I'm sweating. This is the kind of work that stresses me out. Why can't things just work the way they're supposed to? Have I read all these books? Keith, I've read most of the books. But I've never read the books on the third shelf down on both shelves. Those are my to-be-read books. How do I log out? I can't even figure out how to freaking log out. What am I, like an old lady? I don't know how to log out. Stop. Just let me log out. Just log out. Help. 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 How do I get out? My account. Literally, I don't know how to log out. You know what I can do? Incognito. Boom. Yes, I'm so smart. Alright, so I'm assuming this is the one that I want to be logged into. Please be the right one. To the gods of Amazon. What are my favorite kind of novels? I like The Virtue of Selfishness by Ayn Rand. I don't really read novels, but as far as my favorite novel that I have read, it would probably be The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. Once upon a time, a certified yoga teacher was at her desk, and the rest is history. All right. Yes, Fem Yoga wish list. Okay. Wait, I just changed the name of it. No, this is wrong. Okay, good. Delete. And then what I want to do, so I deleted that, so that's not, so now I just have to change the link of the other one. Wait, no, crap. No. No. I meant to grab my little, copy and paste my description from that one into the other one, and I forgot. Almost finished reading that book. Yes, yes. So Fem Yoga wish list. Here we go. Sponsor the Fem Yoga Periscope channel with a gift from this list, or contribute financially at femyoga.com. We can't do what we do without you. There we go. And I'm going to put that on this list. Support Fem Yoga with a gift from this list, or contribute. We can't do what we do without you. And then I'm actually going to link my YouTube instead of my Periscope. Shipping address. New. Create new. Sorry, I'm missing comments. What'd you say, Vito? Are you leaving? Don't leave. You can leave if you want, but I'm gonna read your comment when someone else says something. Support Fem Yoga. Taylor, should I do anything before you start the book? I already finished the book pretty much. Is that the guy? Oh, probably, yeah. What book is it? Why are you mad, Svilly? What book is it? It's StrengthsFinder 2.0 that I'm adding on here. The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand is my favorite novel. I also like Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson, The Virtue of Selfishness by Ayn Rand, and Soul Centered by Sarah McLean. He's talking about fluff. Fluff eat my. Boom. I think we're good now. Save changes. And now I have to get the link. Link. No, not, I don't want the word link included. I just want the link. Copy. Go to my page. Fix the link. Boom. Insert edit link. Boom. Boom. Frickin' boom! You're going? Okay. Bye. Alright. Now let's check it. Femyoga.com. Click support Fem Yoga. Go to the bottom of the page. Click the Amazon wish list. StrengthsFinder 2.0 is the only thing on my wish list. Nailing it. Okay. That was an unexpected turn of events. Sometimes you just gotta get work done. I think you should be targeting wider audiences than you are now, and I also think some of this stuff doesn't take someone as smart as you, so you're wasting your time. I think you should emulate David Rubin. Dave Rubin. Who is Dave Rubin? Taylor never read the story to me. I'm going to be live again after this. Hello, Mrs. Harry Potter. Hello, Dirty Queef Breath. Who is Dave Rubin? Guys, we're never going to get to the whisper reading if you keep saying interesting things. Dave Rubin is an American libertarian political commentator, comedian, and talk show host. He is the creator and host of political talk show The Rubin Report, formerly part of Aura TV and the Young Turks Network. I will tell you that a very small percentage of my sponsors are interested in politics, and I'm very happy with the income that I'm making, but thank you for your advice. Can I see your chair before I go? I think you can see it pretty good behind me. I drew a picture of it on one of my replays. All right. How much time? I'm just going to end this because we got to end. I know I got to end it. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do whisper reading from Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Actually, let's just make sure we have content left because I'm on the Android. It's so frustrating. All right. Come on, iPhone. You got it. I'm just checking to see how much content I have left because if I only have a couple minutes, then I might have lied about whisper reading. Who wants $100? What do I do for a living? This. I'm a live streaming channel host. I'm a certified Hatha yoga teacher, and I help people reach their health goals, their wealth goals, and their relationship goals. All right, 1 hour and 5 minutes plus. Okay, so 1 hour and 16 minutes. Oh, I'm looking at the one that's live right now. 1 hour, 16 minutes plus 1 hour and 20 minutes. 20. We could do 20 minutes. Let's do 20-minute whisper reading. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this book, Nudge, by Thaler and Sunstein, Improving Decisions About Health, Wealth, and Happiness. We'll be reading more of that in the future, and I'm going to end this right now so that we can actually do a little bit of whisper reading, because I know some people have been waiting for that. And I do cater my content to my sponsors, just to quickly sum that up. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. That was horrible. That was bad. You know, don't ask me to do that ever again. Thanks for watching. Please go remember to check out the website, femyoga.com. This channel is 100% funded by viewers just like you. So if you found value in the content, feel free to go make a contribution in between broadcasts if you like. And now I'm going to whisper you guys to sleep on my next broadcast. So I hope you enjoyed learning about cognitive biases and nudge. This has been A Moment in Time with Thaler. Thank you for making this show possible. Bye, Miko. Vito, why didn't that work? Why didn't that work? Wait, I don't even see that person. I don't even see that comment. I don't know why that didn't work. I'm going to make sure you're still a moderator. I don't know why that didn't work. Okay, bye.